Yo, 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 what's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing today? It is Monday. Hope everyone had a good weekend. All right. Let me drink my coffee, and I'm going to wake up a little bit. And, yeah, hopefully we can have a green day today. I'm going to try to scale up and, with some bigger sizing today. We will see how that goes. What's up, Steven? What's up, True? What's up, Adam? Good morning, guys. How y'all doing today? Hope y'all are doing well. Alright, guys. So, let's go ahead and look at the movers today in the market. Let me turn this down. It's a little loud, actually. There we go. Let me open up my Discord here. Switch my sides really quick, like that, and I'm looking like Edward in Twilight right now, apparently. There we go. That should fix it. Alright, guys. How's everybody's weekend? How's everybody's Friday? What did y'all do Friday? Good day Friday? What's up, Ram? What's up, Charles? What's up, bro? Hey, man, appreciate your advice, bro. Well, I'm going to try to take your advice, Charles. I'm going to try to scale up. You guys know me. I've been pretty profitable, but I'm still getting eaten alive by commissions, you know? And the only way to avoid that is to scale up in size. I mean, it's my fault, you know? I think if you look at Tef's commissions, they're objectively cheap. And, yeah, I mean, I'm at about $1,200 in profit, so I'm green, and green's good, I guess, but I want more, obviously. So we'll see what we get. But yeah, Thor, my man Thor, gapping up today from 25.03 to 67.28. We got XBIT gapping up here from 11.12 to 24.59. Let's see if XBIT is even tradable or not. It's not. Oh man, bummer, that one's not tradable. All right, can't trade that one. We got ARQL with a huge gap up here. I doubt this one's tradable either, just because it's pretty cheap stock. And let's see if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Yeah, it's not tradable, unfortunately, for ARQL. Fate should be tradable though. I'm pretty sure Fate is FATE. Yeah, Fate is tradable. So FATE is probably the top watch. Thor looks like it's an acquisition or a buyout, and then I think I saw somebody. Y'all can't hear me? Can y'all hear me? No? Y'all can't hear me? Let me know. I'll turn the music down if that's better. Is that better? I'll turn my headphones down either. I've got it unmuted down below. It's not muted, you know. Yeah, well, I don't really want to trade Thor. Thor looks like it's just an acquisition or a buyout, and you know, it was at $10 before that. Hey, you 25? Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday, man. 25 is a great age, bro. It's a great age, man. I mean, I'm 30 over here. I'm old, you know. But 25 is a great age, bro. Enjoy it, man. Have fun, you know. I think 25 is the age where you kind of sit back and you're like, wait, I'm getting old. You know, I'm halfway through 20. Panic starts to set in, you know. You start to be like, man, I'm getting old.
You don't look old, though.
I know I don't look old.
Like, with your beard,
I look older with my beard, but if I shave this thing off,
you look like...
if I buy nicotine, they're carding me, you know. I should shave this thing off. I'm ready to shave this thing off. Yeah.
Are you gonna tell them?
What?
Are you gonna tell them that I don't have to shave up your beard?
My daughter doesn't like me to shave my beard. She likes it. She calls them whiskers. Yeah. I don't know. I'm finally at the age now where I don't mind looking young, and if I shave my beard, I look young for the most part. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I look young if I shave my beard, and so, yeah, here, let me work. Love you.
We were about to leave though. It's like jet.
Alright, hold on guys, I'll be right back. Alright, my kids aren't listening this morning. They're just not listening. I'm like, hey, go do this. They're just like, no, I'm not doing it. I gotta sit there. Yeah, I know. I was talking to my daughter here. I was muted because my son, honestly, if you guys really want to know what was happening, my son was like rioting about having to brush his teeth. And so he was yelling, and it would have been a very, you would have been able to hear it on the stream, and so I just muted it, and he was kind of fighting with my wife because he didn't want to brush his teeth. And so I muted it and just kind of hung out and talked to my daughter for a second. And so you might have saw me talking, but I wasn't talking to you guys specifically. So I'm back. I'm unmuted. There you go. All right, but yeah, FATE gapping up from 1367 to 1790. Looks solid. Looks good here. We'll see what happens with this one as well. We got AGIO gapping up. I don't like that one as much. We got CRTX gapping up. I don't like that one as much either. We got IOVA, same thing, gapping up. We got CGC, which I really like. CLVS, which I really like. We got SGMO here, which looks all right. GOL. We got DDOG for some gap downs. We also have Blue, B-L-U-E, which is Bluebird Bio. We got Blue gapping up. We got PCG gapping up. And so we got some movement here. Thor is almost certainly an acquisition, and so it's going to be kind of boring, I think. XBIT, doubt it's tradable. Fate is tradable, though. PCG is tradable. CGC is tradable. BLUE is tradable. CLVS, SGMO. So yeah, that's what I'm watching specifically this morning. We got a few gap downs as well, like AMD and Roku. We do have a few gap downs here, but the overall market itself is down, and so that's probably what's causing these drops. But a big day on Friday for the overall market, so we'll see what happens. What's everybody else's main watch today? It's not a terrible looking day or anything. Yeah, Nick, man, he's riding over there, man. He usually brushes his teeth by himself without us asking. The problem is that last night I did what you should never do as a parent, and I bargained with my son. And I told my son, if you went to bed now, in the morning, I would download you a new game for your iPad. I bargained with him, and he accepted that deal and went to sleep last night. And so this morning when he woke up, he was a made man. You know, he was like, I'm getting this iPad game. I'm going to play my iPad all morning. I'm not going to brush my teeth, and you're not going to do anything about it. And so then, you know, that's where the trouble started. And so it is what it is. You know, we got him to brush his teeth, but it wasn't easy. You know, that's really what happened too. All right. BBY. What is that? Best Buy, right? Yeah, man, it was a terrible idea, bro. It was horrible, man. It was my mistake. I made the deal. You know, if you ever have kids, guys, never bargain with them. You never make a deal with them because they will, like I said, after that, this morning, he was a made man. You know, he was doing whatever he wanted. He didn't care. He was about to just, you know, play his game. He wasn't brushing his teeth, you know. He didn't care. Yeah, you know, you have kids, never make a deal with them. You know, it's never going to turn out well. All right, but yeah, we'll start looking up some news in a minute. Let me see. What's up, Tyrell? What's up, bro? Technical issues, man. I'm laughing out loud with my wife hearing the story. Yeah, man, people can relate. They know. They know. If they have kids, they know. You know. Nah, he just went to school. They just left. They don't have to be at school until later. But yeah, they just went to school. Yeah, but no, they both just left. And my daughter knows I do this stream, and so she'll try to like subtly like sneak on the stream. I know she does it every morning. She'll kind of like walk by here, and then she'll talk loud so the stream can hear it. You know, she'll talk loud so the stream can hear her talking, and then she'll kind of like subtly like kind of scoot closer and closer and try to like hop on the stream, and then I'll just kind of reject it and be like, yo, get out of here. And she'll get all sad and try to tug on my heartstrings a little bit. She does that every morning too. But all right, but yeah, let me go back to stocks. All right, so Thor, like I said, this is certainly an acquisition of some sort. It's either an acquisition, it's also at the price range where it could be a split, but it's probably just an acquisition. Yeah, that's right, Netron. All right, I'm gonna start looking up news a little bit early because I know Mitch has been looking up his side of the news too, and so I'm gonna start getting down to it a little bit earlier so we don't kind of run out of time here. So first things first, I'm gonna look up Thor. It looks like this one is up after the company announced it would be acquired by Sanafori for $68 per share in cash. So yeah, an acquisition. Exactly what it looked like. And like I said, I've taught people this before, but when you see a stock gap up like this and there's no volume in between, you can see a gap up. Usually it's like a solid amount. It's gapping up a big amount and there's no volume in between there. It's almost always going to be an acquisition or a buyout of some sort. So yeah, that's what's going on with Thor. We also have XBIT. And I don't think I could trade this one. The volume looks a little light prior till today. And this one's up after the company announced it would license its anti-inflammatory antibody Janssen for $750 million in cash and up to $600 million in milestone payments. So they put out a release that said they're going to start licensing their anti-inflammatory antibody to Janssen for $750 mil plus $600 mil in milestone payments. So a big deal reached for XBIT. We'll see what happens with this one. It could get interesting. We'll watch it for sure. We got ARQL, which this is probably the one I'm the most disappointed that I can't trade. And this one is up after the company agreed to be acquired. So actually this is an acquisition, which is interesting. I guess I can kind of see it, but it doesn't move typically like an acquisition would. It has a little bit more volume in between, which could have something to do with when they announced the acquisition as well. If they announced it like right in the middle of pre-market, then it could move like this. So yeah, like I said, this one is up after the company agreed to be acquired by Merck and Company Incorporated for $20 per share in cash. So this one is actually being acquired instead of acquiring. So we'll see what happens with this one. But yeah, that's ARQL. We'll see what happens with it as well. We got PCG. PCG gapping up from 965 to 1140. And this one's up after the company announced it reached a $13.5 billion settlement to resolve individual claims from recent fires, including the 2018 Camp Fire and the 2017 Tubbs Fire. So apparently PCG is admitting to, I don't know if they're admitting to the California wildfires from the last few years, but they are agreeing to put out some type of settlement payment to the victims of these fires. And again, a $13.5 billion settlement for PCG. It's good news. I mean, like I said, I think at one point in time, this was everybody's most hated company because they were speculated to have caused the California wildfires. And so the fact that they're putting out some settlement payments, I think is a good idea for the overall reputation of this company. I think they need to do that. If they fight it, it's just going to make them worse. It's going to make them look worse. It's going to make people see them worse. And I think settling some of these claims are going to be a good idea for PCG over a long-term view. So yeah, we also have, like I said, BLUE. BLUE Blue gapping up from 79.42 to 83.98, basically 84. And this one is up after Bluebird Bio presented new data from the ongoing phase 1 and 2 HGB-206 study of lentiglobin gene therapy for sickle cell disease at the ASH 2019. So yeah, positive phase 1 and phase 2 study results for BLUE for Bluebird Bio. It's a bio company. And so yeah, they had positive phase 1 and phase 2 study results for their gene therapy sickle cell disease bio drug at the ASH 2019. So we'll see what happens with BLUE as well. See what else we can find here. Like I said, if you have anything specific you want me to look at, let me know. We got IOVA, which might be interesting. Like I said, CLVS is up some. What's up, Brent? What's up, Brent? Watch ADXS, same thing going to happen to them that happened to Thor. Mercs is going to buy them out. Price target $17. You're welcome. Merry Christmas. Hey, well, thank you, sir. Dude, you're too funny. I know, man. I'm hilarious. I'm hilarious. But no. Yeah, I don't know, man. School starts at 8. I don't remember. I feel like I had to be at school for 7. But I also feel like I feel like I had to be at school for like 7 a.m. I mean, granted, I rode the bus to school, I didn't do this wimpy car line stuff. I rode the bus like a real student. Yeah, I don't know. Kids' school starts at 8. Honestly, if from a biology perspective and from a scientific perspective, okay? Kids are actually supposed to get more sleep, especially like older kids that are like tweens going through their stuff. They need more sleep. And so making those kids get up at 6 a.m. is not good for them. like health-wise. You know, kids need to be able to get as much sleep as they can, specifically in those early years of like 10 through 15, maybe a little bit older. Kids that age need as much sleep as they can. I know it's probably a parent's conventional view that, oh, kids can wake up early and get to school and it's going to condition them to work a job, and I understand that, but I also think that while they're going through those changes, that they need extra sleep, and that it's bad for their growth if you make them wake up and get less sleep. And I'm sure somebody's going to counter, you got to make them go to bed earlier, and I do. But with that said, I don't think kids should get up at 6 a.m. for school, specifically in that 10 to 15 year age, just because it's not good for them, for their health overall. But KOD, yeah, KOD moved big last week. I don't think there's any news that I see on CLVS. Does anybody else see that? I feel like my computer's just been glitching out lately. Like, look at that. Does anybody see that? Like, I feel like I accidentally like deleted a driver and then my computer's just glitching out. Alright. But yeah, like I said, anything specific you guys want to look at, we can look at some gap downs here. We do have some gap downs. Yeah, for sure, Jacob. It's one of those things where it's like people just don't really realize that it's like during those ages 10 to 15, you're growing at like a fast pace and like you need sleep. You know what I mean? Like that's why it's so difficult for teenagers to wake up, is because they need that sleep, because that's their body growing and they need that sleep. And so making a you know, kid that age wake up super early is not good for them. You know, it's just not. But yeah. Yeah, y'all don't see that, man? I don't know. It's just glitching out. Let's look at some of these gap downs. Like I said, we do have some gap downs here, specifically DPLO. DPLO gapping down from 581s to 397. And this one is down after they announced plans to buy Diplomat Pharmacy for around $300 million. So DPLO is getting bought out by UNH. UNH is buying DPLO. We also have KALV gapping down here from 1430s to 1165, and KALV is down after the company disclosed that its phase 3 trial or phase 2 trial of the KVD001 did not meet its primary endpoints. So yeah, bad study or bad phase 2 trial results for KALV. And this can sometimes be a death sentence for some of these bio stocks, is if they don't meet their primary endpoints. You know, hype can get behind these bio stocks, but if they don't do what they're supposed to, this can essentially be a death sentence for KALV. We'll see what happens here, but yeah, phase 2 trial results came back negative here for KALV. Did not meet its primary endpoints. We also have DDOG. And I'm going to keep an eye on this one. It's gapping down from 35.91 to 34.75. Not really seeing the catalyst for this one. Don't really know why this one's down, but it is. Oh yeah, guys, I put a new song on our list. Tell me what you guys think of this song. I'm gonna throw it up here. Part of me is like, this is too hyper of a song to put in a day trading chat room. I think it's a dope song, but part of me is like, it's too hyper. And maybe kind of sad. You know, like if I take a loss and I listen to this song, I might just get bummed out, you know. Right, if I have a losing trade with this song playing, I'm gonna be the saddest guy ever, you know. I still think it's a cool song, but I'm questioning whether I want to include it on my day trading chat. What's the difference between THO and THOR? It's just two completely different companies. THOR is Thor Tech, and THO is actual Thor. So it sounds like THO got to the ticker Thor first, the symbol name Thor, THOR. Or no, it sounds like THOR got to the ticker symbol THOR first, but THOR is actually Thor Tech, and then THO is actually Thor. They just don't have the symbol Thor. Alright, team. So what's everybody's main watch today? Hey, appreciate the sub question. Why didn't I hear that though? Maybe the music's just playing in the background. Hey, if anybody's subscribed, I appreciate it. What happened to my little subscribe symbol? Oh, there it is. Should I put myself just floating over the latest subscriber like this? Appreciate the sub, question, everything. Thank you for the subscribe, bro. Remember, guys, hit that subscribe button, click the bell. We do this live for free every weekday morning on YouTube. And so if you want to see what it's actually like day trading the market, we listen to some good music. We talk about what's moving in the market overall. Hit that subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We go live every weekday morning for free right here on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I don't know about floating here. I might just stick myself right back there. I think that's better. Alright, so let's see what everybody's favorite stock is. Yeah. Yeah, Thor is a buyout. THO is unrelated to Thor, and it's just trending down. Correct. Hey, appreciate the sub, Graham. What's up, bro? Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the subscribe. What's up, Swain? BNGO? I've talked about it before. Every time I hear the symbol BNGO, I just want to add the I in there. But yeah, BNGO, to be honest, it's not really something that I'm usually going to watch. It's, number one, the range is too narrow. It looks like it has a large float as well. See if I can find it. But yeah, the float looks pretty big. The float looks big for that one. I just don't know if because it's the reason I don't do that, Futures, is because the music that you hear playing is royalty-free music. So this is royalty-free music. This is music that I'm allowed to stream. If you get to more popular groups, I'm not going to be able to stream them. I'm going to get a copyright strike if I stream them. But all the music you hear on my stream is specifically royalty-free music because I'm allowed to stream it and listen to it, and it's all free. You know. PCG, yeah, I like PCG. PCG is a little bit better. I'll have to look at my history to see how I've actually traded PCG, because, yeah, I mean, I know I've traded it before. I can't remember what my results specifically for PCG were. Let's see if I can find it. I'm looking for PCG. I don't see it. Maybe I haven't traded PCG. I don't know. So lately, the best stocks for me lately, and this is the top 20 stocks of the past week, really the past 9 days, but the past week in market time. And like I said, my accuracy is roughly 65%, which is great. I'm definitely happy with that. But the best stock I've traded is CGC with an average gain in gross profit over the last 9 days of $747.25 is how much I've made from specifically the stock CGC, which is a cannabis stock. It's one of my favorite stocks to trade. This is it right here, CGC, gapping up some this morning as well. So that's my best stock that I've traded in the last 9 days, followed by Roku. Roku's the second best stock I've traded, and I've made $143 on the symbol Roku. Teva, I've made about $75 on TEVA. CRM, I've made 50. X, I've made 41. DOCU, I've made a little bit. Zoomies, I made a little bit. BIG, I made a little bit. AUPH, I made a little bit. Then the stocks I've lost on were ACAD, SQ, V-Ray, Tesla, and Netflix. Which is surprising because I like trading Tesla and Netflix. Maybe I'll have to consider, just to show you guys. I mean, this is what I'm looking at right now. My stats the last 9 days. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. It could get interesting, but we'll see. Hey, thank you, sir. Yeah, Mitch is going to be here. What's my profit right now? My profit is $1,188. And so a little bit under $1,200, right around $1,200. I'm just going to round it up, give myself some credit, make it equal $1,200. But yeah, I'm at $1,200 in profit, slowly growing it. The reason I'm long in BNGO, they have the latest genome mapping machines being validated by universities all around the world. Let's see, what is it? BNGO? I mean, I don't really trust hype behind stocks like this. I'm not much of a fundamental investor, I'll put it that way. I think hype and fluff can get behind some of these symbols. And so I'm naturally skeptical of a lot of these stocks, and especially if the stock is under like $1 or under like $5. I'm extremely skeptical of anything that involves that stock, and I'm not really one to, a lot of times people kind of do what a lot of people call the lotto, like lottery trading, basically like buying cheap stocks, and then seeing if they can. Alright, I'm gonna and then seeing if they can kind of catch a penny stock that's gonna go crazy, and there's some good things about that strategy, but there's also some bad things. And I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm just saying I'm just not much of a fundamental investor. You know what I mean? And so everybody's a little bit different. I'm not gonna say you can't make it work. If you can make it work, power to you, brother. Not hating. One thing I've learned in trading is that everybody's a little bit different, and some people can make stuff work in trading that I can't. And then I can make stuff work in trading that other people can't. And so it's all a little bit different. Uh-oh. Mitch got his camera today. What's up, bro? Mitch got his tree out, man. Look at Mitch with his tree, man. Shining over there with his tree. Hold on. Let me turn the music down. I got my tree this weekend, too. Yo, what's up, Mitch?
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
What's up? All right, what's going on, everybody?
How
we doing? Good morning. Good morning.
All right, I'm gonna throw you up. I'm gonna run to the restroom.
Sounds good to me, man. Let's
Alright.
go ahead and let's run through some news. Did you go over the top gappers?
I went over some of them. I went
Okay.
over like THOR, XBIT, ARQL, FATE, some of the gap downs too. So yeah, I did a few.
All right, perfect. So I won't touch those too much. All right. Sounds good. What's going on, traders? How we doing? Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody? All right. Let me catch up with the chat here. Pull the chat on this side so I don't look like I'm looking to the right. All right, guys. Nice tree. Appreciate it, Netron. Gotta have the tree. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. All right, guys. Actually, guys, it's gonna be a fun day. You know, a lot of stocks on the move, a lot of biotechs moving. It's the penny stock kind of days. A lot of these kind of gene therapeutic stocks moving. You're seeing these crazy moves by the biotechs. I have a couple I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Let's go ahead and let's run through some of this. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? I see we got Ramix in the house. We got Nick, Tyrell, Gabriel, Adam. We got True Fresco, Monkey, Rainbow, Silver Surfer, Jeffrey, Netron, of course. I'm sure Scott somewhere, Graham. What's going on, Tyrell? Let's get to it. Let's get to these stocks. Let's break something down here. All right, guys. First earning play I'm going to go over is going to be THO. Kind of doing a beat on the earnings per share, beat by 26 cents, but missing on their revenue. That's THO. We can look at the stock here. THO is actually, you can see on the daily chart, been trying to rip out through this level. You could draw a trend line from that top level across to that kind of 3-touch high here. I'd be looking for this stock to come right back down towards this low, towards 63.07. I'm going to keep an eye on this one, THO, as we kind of remade that down gap. If you look a little closer, you can see it kind of remaking that down gap. $68 needs to hold on that one. I'll be watching THO. That's an earnings play. All right, guys, let's get into our ratings. What's going on? Yeah, swing. Just try not to repeat like a million times. Don't want you to look like you're spamming the chat here. Gonna go through that. Just gonna try to delete a couple of these so it doesn't look like a whole bunch of spam there. But I'll keep one of yours up. There you go. All right, guys, let's get into Macy's. Macy's getting hit with a downgrade, guys. Look at Macy's. Macy's is down there now to 1460s. This one has a price target getting hit by Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs getting hit down to $14 a price target. If we look at it on the weekly chart, we have these big bottoms here for Macy's. That's what I would look at. I would look for weekly charts to break 1426 on the downside. Look to see if it can get back above here, 1628. I think this is going to head down towards that 1426 level. You can watch for Macy's on the downside, guys. All right, guys, going to go ahead and move on here. Let's look into another one selling off here. This is one that we're going to look at. All right, guys, one thing I want to talk to you guys is today I'm going to teach you guys a little bit about something else. Before we go into that, let me look at the one more biotech that I like. I like QURE, guys. QURE, if you look at it, this is another therapeutical company. I did my research, guys. This company does have a product or a kind of phase 2 or phase 3 completion that's supposed to happen. It happened, the last update was on December 2nd, and this is looking well for QURE. I'm going to be looking to see if this one can keep going and moving with the kind of sympathy in the industry. There's a lot of sympathy in this industry as you see these stocks like Faith, XBit, and THOR being bought out. I'm going to be keeping an eye on these. These have been trying to rip. Biggest thing with these is kind of they kind of move slower, so you really need to see kind of momentum pushes to really try to attack these kinds of stock. All right, gonna keep moving on here, guys. Let's talk about what an IPO lockout is. Do you guys know what an IPO lockout is? Anyone in the chat, go ahead and put it up if you know what it is. I want to see if there's anyone out there that even knows what a lockout is for an IPO. Let's see if there's anyone out there that has it. Anyone know what an IPO lockout is? Going once? Going twice? Anyone? I don't think anyone knows. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's go over what an IPO lockout is. Okay, so if you know about IPOs, guys, there you go. Jim with an answer. At least can't sell your shares if you received insiders. Pretty good answer. Pretty good answer. Can't short for the first few days. Yep. There you go. There you go, Jacob. Get a little closer. All right. I see. Hey, some people know what they're talking about a little bit here. Let's go in. Let's go a little deeper into it, guys. Okay. So an IPO lockout is when a stock makes the decision to go public. They frequently register an initial public offer. That's the IPO, guys, as a way to raise private equity. In the IPO perspective, these companies will frequently include a clause that specifically locks up a period of time, and during this time, the individuals that buy the shares during the IPO process are prohibited for selling their shares on the secondary market for a period of time that typically ranges 90 to 180 days. And so what ends up happening is this is really made so that we can bridge the gap. Bridging the gap is really what it means is getting all the information out. You know, when you have an IPO, a lot of investors have kind of access to information that you don't have just yet, that the public doesn't have just yet. And so when this actually happens, this actually is supposed to bridge that gap created by the information and the insiders, so that by the time the information comes out, the stock is more evenly priced and you can get a better price on the stock. That's what it's there for. So let's look at some of the stocks that this is happening this week on the IPO lockout. And one of the great advantages that we have with TradeNet and that we can short these IPOs. A lot of these traders, they were locked out. Now they're not locked out. Now you can see more shorts getting put on. You can see the insiders get rid of their shares if they want to. So we're going to be watching. One of the stocks that it's happening to today is an IPO called D-Dog. That's DDOG. This is Datadog. A lot of people are saying that this is going to come down through the $33 price point, and shorts going to get put on here on this stock. Another one that it's going to be happening to, guys, is today is CRWD. That's CrowdStrike. You can see all these are starting to come down. That's CrowdStrike. And then you also have MWK. All three of these, it's happening to. These are all relatively new IPOs that you could have been trading with TradeNet. And that's really the advantage sometimes that we get with TradeNet. And the advantages of trading IPOs when you can get to them. It's one of the really cool things that we can do with TradeNet, and one of the things that I'm going to be watching today as the lockouts happen. Another one that it's going to be happening to, guys, is FVRR tomorrow. FVRR. Yep, it's going to be happening to that one, and you can see it on the downside also on the daily chart. And then on Wednesday is the interesting one. We have Chewy that it's going to happen to. And also with Chewy, you also have earnings plays this week. So this one's really going to be active. I think this is one that's going to be really active with investors as the IPO lockout happens and also earnings come out.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's going to be pretty much it for me. The only other news I have is in the cannabis industry. We got a new CEO and Cannabis Growth Corporation. For most people that don't know, that's CGC. And to keep an eye on that one, as it has a really nice flag on the daily chart. You can see this kind of high point that we made on November 21st that has a high of 2156. I'll be looking to see if it can run back up above 1950s and really start making a run towards 20. I need to see volume come in on these candles. I think that's really what's going to be important to see if investors can start pushing again. On that day that we had a run up, we had about 5,000 to 8,000, 5 million to 8 million in shares traded. So what you want to see is at least half of those shares traded again. You want to see a 4 million kind of day to really get that momentum to really push it back up there.
Yep.
But one to be interesting as it's building that flag on the daily pattern.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I think the cannabis sector needs a push. Like, if you look at the long-term chart of CGC, that thing has just been in a long-term downtrend for months now. It needs a push. And I think, a lot of the cannabis stocks, they got pushed up the last few years because of the hype behind hemp and industrial cannabis and stuff like that. And once the hype died down, most of the stocks started to trend down. Like, if we look at CGC here, you can see like CGC long-term downtrend. It's been downtrending for the last 8 months or so, and it's just been constantly down. And so it needs some health, it needs some movement. And CGC is probably one of the bigger stocks in this market. Is there any other bigger stocks than CGC? I know TLRY used to be, but now TLRY is actually less expensive than CGC. So we'll see. I mean, it's interesting, but it's also, those are some of the stocks that I actually trade the best. I trade the cannabis stocks the best for some reason, and I'm not sure why. I think it's just the way they move. They fade nicely. They pick trends nicely. But should be an interesting day for CGC. Now that Mitch is done, you done, brother?
Oh, I'm done.
Okay.
You good?
Okay.
I'm gonna take down my camera too. So.
Okay.
We'll see you guys later. Just wanted you guys to check out the tree, give it a little news.
Yeah, here, let's
go ahead and trade it. Let's do it.
Mitch's camera one more time. Let me go up.
Hey.
There he is. Look at that tree. Look at that beautiful tree. I got my tree this weekend too. See, I had to.
Happy holidays, guys. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, brother. Yeah, I had to fight with my wife because last year my wife got the biggest tree ever. It was way too big. It was like 10 feet tall. It was unmanageable. It was like a Christmas vacation. It was unmanageable. This tree my wife got last year. And so this year, instead of going with my kids, my wife and I snuck out, went to Home Depot this weekend, and when my kids were at their grandmother's, and I bought a small tree. It's not that I didn't want a big tree. It's just a big tree is unmanageable, man. Unmanageable. It hits the roof. If we got to trim the top of it so it can fit in our house, that's an unmanageable tree. And so this year we got a smaller tree. We didn't get a big tree this year. Like I said, I just didn't want that. I wasn't for that this year. I couldn't do it. Look, I love the holidays. I love getting a tree. I just didn't want a 10-foot tree this year. I couldn't do it, man. It was literally like a Christmas vacation. It was literally like a Christmas vacation. I don't know if anybody's seen that movie where he has to drag this huge tree in. That was my Christmas last year, man.
That's the way it should be, man.
Yeah, man.
I did it one time like that. I had like a vaulted ceiling that had like 20-foot ceilings, and I ended up getting like a 10-foot tree also. Oh man, that was so much work, so much money to put all those Christmas balls and ribbons and stuff. Yeah, oh man. No,
just unmanageable, just stress.
And then you almost die bringing it up the stairs.
See, we didn't. Luckily, I didn't have the stairs, but it was tough last year. This one was way easier. I could just pick this one up and just drag this tree inside and just plop it down, and that was way easier. And it's up now. Let me see if I can. I might be able to. Here, I'm gonna try to maneuver my camera so y'all can see my tree real quick. Hold on. Let me see. Here, first off, I gotta turn this off. Hold on, watch. I'll see if I can do it. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'll try.
All right, guys. I'm just going through the questions. We'll keep running through.
Hold on. Tell me if you guys can see it. Can y'all see that? Let me see. Wait. Yeah, you see my tree over there? Yeah, that's my tree. And that's way smaller than last year's tree. Yeah, way smaller than last year's tree. There we go. All
right, guys. So I checked on some of those tradable symbols. So KOD and XBit are not, but we do have Fate. That's going to be on my top watch, Fate, FATE, as a stock that's tradable and moving fast.
Yeah, right. It's not too huge, man. It's not a huge, unmanageable tree. It's just a little tree, you know. But it's better than last year's, man. Last year we probably had a squirrel live in ours last year that we just didn't know about, man. All right. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and do the overall market news now that we're done looking at just each individual stock. I'll go ahead and go over the overall market today. Let me see. All right, so the ETF preview for this morning, and again, this is from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, hold on, sorry. This is from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, U.S. stock futures were pointing lower in early market trading, with investors mostly cautious as they await the start of the Federal Reserve's policy meeting on Tuesday. The weak start to the week comes on the heels of an upbeat jobs data report last Friday, as well as positive sentiment from reassurances that trade negotiations between the U.S. and China are progressing well. According to China's Assistant Commerce Minister Ran, he hopes the trade deal will satisfy both sides and be based on equality and mutual respect. The U.S. and China have been trying to reach a Phase 1 trade agreement since October, and China is stressing its demand to roll back the tariffs as part of the interim deal, while the U.S. counters with its own set of demands, like China's purchase of the U.S. farm goods. And that is end quote from MT Newswires. We also have the commodities that we can go over today. And the first commodity that I'm actually really noticing this morning is, what was it? I think it was UNG, which is the U.S. Natural Gas Fund, I think. And that one's down significantly, UNG. And so, yeah, so crude is down 1.1%. The U.S. Oil Fund, which I believe, I guess is this one, or no, this is the Natural Gas Fund. The U.S. Oil Fund is down 0.7%. Natural gas is down 4.4% this morning, and the U.S. Natural Gas Fund, which is UNG, is down 5.8%. You can see that drop here with UNG. But yeah, with that said, the market is down as well. Here, and yeah, gold is up 0.3%. The Spider Gold Trust is up 0.2%. Silver is up 0.5%. And a lot of times gold and silver are going to go up when the market goes down, and vice versa. So silver is up 0.5%, and the iShares Silver Trust is up 0.5% as well. And that's end quote. And again, this is all from MT Newswires. So shout out to them. So yeah, so apparently we have we have some type of economic catalyst tomorrow. What is it? The Fed meeting tomorrow. And so with that, I think people are going to be a little bit cautious today. We might not see the highest volume. Hopefully it's good. It's Monday. We usually have solid days on Monday, but we'll see. It should be an interesting day for sure. We got about 7 minutes left. I can't show you my whole house, bro. My camera's stuck to my computer, man. All I can do is turn it around. With Frozen 2 having another great week, yeah. I mean, my kids actually went and saw Frozen this weekend. I don't know, man. Disney's been kind of sideways. You know, it's been sideways for the last week or so. A little bit under a week. Last 5 days.
All right, guys. About 7 minutes to the bell. I just want to bring up, hey, guys, let's see what happens today. I know you guys remember. I still got some shorts on AUPH, man. Got some shares short here, guys. Got let me do a reshare here so you guys can see the position. There you go. Probably make it easier. There you go, guys. You guys can see I still have 50 shares on this AUPH from 1595. We'll see what happens out the gates. I did get a good move in pre-market, man. AUPH went down all the way down there to $14. Down there, I'm up about $200 on this trade with only 50 shares. I already made $50, $60 on this trade at the close on Friday. I just kept a little bit because I felt I had such a good price point. It wasn't that bad to swing 50 shares, limit my risk, look for a potential big down move at the open. Looking for this move to come back down towards underneath 15. If it can hold that and hold VWAP, I'll look for a move to continue on down. We could possibly add 50 shares into this trying to knock it down, but you got to be really smart as you want to be shorting into strength, not getting yourself in a position where you're shorting into weakness and then ruining your average.
Yep. I like it, man. Good luck, brother.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, guys.
Let me get this ready for us traders. Let me see. Let me get all this stuff up.
Been working more and more on how to figure out ways to kind of swing trade with smaller share size where it won't affect us at all on TradeNet, purchasing wise and kind of overnight fees.
Yeah.
So trying to figure out ways. Yeah.
Buying power, right?
As long as you use very, very low in that buying power, and you're giving yourself that kind of smaller risk with that big reward, like a 5-to-1, 6-to-1. Those are the kind of trades that I'm looking at to make with these kinds of trades. As you can see on the trade like this, as I traded it, I only risked up to 16.20. So I risked about 25 cents on this trade, but I knew that I could possibly make more than $1 on the trade. So that's the kind of trade that I'm looking for. That's more than a 5-to-1. If I can get a 5-to-1 return, those are the kind of swing trades I want to be looking for.
Right. So you're short in AUPH?
Yep. Yeah, I have 50 shares. Average cost is $15.95.
Yeah, so you're good then. You're still straight.
And that's even with the super strength that's come towards the open.
Right.
So at this pre-market hour at 7 a.m., I was up $200 with 50 shares. So we'll see what happens.
Good luck, bro. You got this, man. Yeah, and like my thumbnail suggests, my goal is to push to $2,000 in profit this week. I'm at around $1,200 after last week, and so I'm $800 away from my next goal, which is $2,000 in profit. And we'll see what we get. Part of that is going to have to be with bigger size. I'm going to have to trade bigger. I'm going to have to trade with bigger size. And like I said, wish me luck. We'll see. I've been doing a little bit better, but I still need to work on scaling up a little bit more. And I think when I do that, commissions will be less of a factor as well. But it's all a process, and we'll see how this goes. Like I said, today I know they have I think a Fed meeting tomorrow, and so with that, let me find out what it is. Yeah, Federal Reserve policy meeting is tomorrow, and so some people might be a little bit more cautious and reserved today, and so you do want to keep that in mind. Look at AUPH drop for you, though. There you go.
I know.
I'm watching that happen too. But yeah, so like I said, the volume might be a little sketchy today. We'll see. Good luck. We hope we get some good days, though. We hope we get a solid day as well.
I'm trying to get the price for the offering. I know they did an offering of 150 million.
Hero,
get
man.
into the SEC.
Yeah, Hero, man. We're keeping religion out of the stream, bro. Religion, politics. We're keeping it out of here, bro.
All right, let's see if I can get the pricing on this. Gonna have to go to the SEC.
All right, team. Let's see how much time we got. We got about 1.5 minutes left into the bell. So good luck, guys.
All right. There's also a option exercisable in part and whole to purchase another 22.5 million shares for the next period of 30 days on AUPH. It was announced today. It registered an underwritten public offering of 150 million shares. trying to find price point, but I don't see anything in the SEC form.
All right, guys. So we got 40 seconds. Good luck, team. 40 seconds. Like I said, I'm going to be watching The Spy. I'll be watching AUPH, though, as well. It is tradable, and I'll be watching that one for sure. With Mitch. Also, CGC. Fate, F-A-T-E, is tradable, I believe. Yeah, F-A-T-E is tradable. CLVS, PCG, AMD. So, yeah, should be a fun day.
Okay, there you go. I was able to find the price. $15.44.
Okay.
That's always important, guys. Find the price. I'll put up the information from the SEC on the chat right here for you. On December 6th, the closing price of the common shares at $15.44. All right, guys, gonna look for a spike to probably add into, but we're getting a good drop there. I'm already up about close to $50 on this trade here, right out the gates here, guys, on AUPH.
There you go.
KPTI going off also, guys. Got alert on that. Keep an eye on that one. I think that one can crash through 17.
Roku ripping up, Spy ripping up.
Like that. PI. Yeah, like Fate.
Look at
Also,
Roku, team. Roku making a huge move up. The Spy's up to 314.50s. That looks good too. AMD ripping up as well. So we're getting a lot of upward movement with mid and high caps right now. Blue.
There you go, guys. Now down there to 1490s. All right, this is where we got to see the bag buyers. 15. This is where I was worried about bag buyers coming in.
Look at Fate.
I want to see if it can get through this 1474 pricing.
Fate making a big move up to 1893s.
Oh, look at Fate.
Huge move here, man. Up to 19.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching that for sure. Yeah, that's a beauty. I'll look for what we call VWAP bounce play. VWAP bounce is going to come near 1825s and 18.
Spy's turning the other way a little bit, sideways still. Spy's breaking lows.
All right, want to see VWAP fade happen on AUPH to keep me in this.
All right, there's the low of the day break on the Spy. It's down to 314.40s. We'll see if some weakness can come in or if it just bounces right here.
All right, Fate looking for 1825. 1825 would be the entry. Risk would be off of 1790s. Also looking for KPTI.
Is it just me or does it look like nothing is happening? I mean, we don't trade the first 5 minutes most of the time. Mitch is already holding something overnight, so we have him up. But yeah, I mean, there's a very famous quote in trading, and the quote goes, "Money is not made in each individual trade. Money is made in waiting in trading." You know, or it's something like that. Let me find the quote. It's something like that. But yeah, point is, you got to be patient in trading. You can't just jump at the open.
All right, want to see the fade happen here on AUPH, so let it knock down through the 15 here. If not, 15 is going to hold, and it might push all the way back up to 16. So I'm going to get out if it doesn't break through 15 here on the downside.
Somebody will probably help me with that quote, but it's something like that.
Okay, that looks good so far. Now we just want to see it get smacked here through the 15. If not, it'll start holding these 15s. Disney with a good drop. Good pullback there in Fate to 1828. Was looking for 1825s there.
The SPY is extremely choppy. Extremely
DKS
choppy.
looking strong, guys. That's one that I'll be looking for a VWAP bounce play in. DKS.
Look at the SPY, man. The SPY is just sideways. Look at those wicks. Just up wick, down wick, up wick, down wick in the SPY. It's been a while since I've seen the market this choppy. Look at the SPY. Just, man. I might look for a
Alright, gotta be
bounce.
careful here, guys. Don't want it to start getting strength here at 1520s. Looking for a rejection down here for it to fade.
I might look for a VWAP bounce in CGC if it pulled back to the VWAP. But CGC
Alright, gotta be careful here. 1520s coming in.
Man, CGC is just making a huge run up to 2016s, 2013s. Man.
Alright, trying to see this get crushed here.
Yeah, trading is about 10% buying, 10% selling, and 80% watching. Yeah, that's about right. That's true. It 100% is true. SPY's actually pushing up on the upside, up to 314.
Phew, look at Fate go.
Yeah, man. That bounce. I almost took it, but it's a little bit unfamiliar of a stock. That's the only reason I didn't. Might take me a little while to get used to it. But again, I mean, this is a prime example of something I talked about in my weekend video. And one of the things I talked about is that when the pre-market high and the VWAP are right around the same level, it gives it twice the support. And if you look at Fate, like let me pull Fate up here real quick. Like if we look at Fate, it's exactly what I talked about. Specifically, look at where the pre-market high was. Pre-market high was right around where the VWAP was. And look at that bounce. Solid bounce. Right up there.
CGC ripping up there, guys. Up there now to 2040s. We'll look for that one to pull back underneath $20. It's a nice rip out from CGC, guys. QURE with a nice rip out also.
Fate just completely turned around though. There it is. It just broke lows. I mean, it followed through already. If it was a VWAP bounce, I would have taken profits already. But we'll see what happens here. Look at CGC.
I actually like the VWAP bounce play off of 1825 there. All right, guys, looks like 15s are getting hit through here, through AUPH. It's looking good. Let's let this keep going down. The VWAP faded right at the open. Guys could have got in there at 1520s, risk off of 1530s. 10-cent risk for a good 20-cent move already down. Nice fade there right out the gates for AUPH.
Yeah, man, look at CGC, bro.
All right, guys, 1520s is going to be my stop right now. I want to let this work here, let it crack 15s. That's fine. I'm going to set a stop above 1520s. If it goes above that, we'll get out. If not, let this continue working on here.
Yeah, there goes Fate. Completely reversing, so too late for that one, I think. Look at I'm watching CGC though. Look at this move on CGC, man. Huge move up here, and I like where the pre-market high is.
See what happens to Fate here.
Roku's pulling back to the VWAP as well.
You see it move to 17 here, so be careful with Fate. Alright guys, remove AUPH from my screen because I just want to let that work. I'm trying to find another trade here.
Yeah, I put my screen up a second ago. Just let me know once that, something starts going on with that one. I'll throw you back up.
Will do.
I'm looking at Roku here for a possible bounce play if I can get in. Like I might jump in with like a small size here and look to just rip it up. It's a little bit too early for me to take big sizing. I'm gonna try that a little bit later on. And for now, I'm just gonna take a few shares, see if we can make this work. Still waiting for CGC to potentially pull back here. go ahead and buy a little bit more here of Roku. I'm in with 40 shares. A little bit bigger sizing than I generally take at the open, but we'll give it some time here and see if we can get a follow through. It seems to be building up some support, and I'll use that previous low right here at 44.80 as my risk. I think that looks okay. Be careful. Here's my low. Oof. Quick drop down on Roku. Just quick. Maybe it stopped me out. Maybe it faked me out, but just a quick drop down. $30 loss though, so luckily I took a small share size. I'm still looking at CGC. I feel like Roku might fake me out here, but in the end, it's just a little bit too big of a range for me. A little bit outside of my element, so to speak.
Was looking for QURE to bounce there, but the spread is too much, guys. The spread is about 40 cents there. It's too big of a spread for me to try to attack. I'm just gonna leave that one alone, even though I do see a nice VWAP bounce play on that. Guys, I got out of the AUPH trade, guys. $33 gain there on 50 shares. I'll take that. It's almost $1 a share. Just took out there on the squeeze. Gonna look at AUPH to start squeezing here. Looking for the volume to continue here. Would like to see a pullback towards 1520s.
Yeah, Roku just ripped down, so I'm glad I got out. I think it was the right exit. Fate is sideways, and like I said, we gotta be careful here, guys, because if we look at the market the market was sideways. Now the market's actually ripping up very strong. But man, look at CGC. Look at a lot of these are just ripping up big. Yeah, Fate is just too sideways for me. It's just up and then down and then up and then down. I just don't like that. It needs to pick a trend. You know, crossing over and under the VWAP's never going to be profitable for me. And so it just needs to pick a trend.
Trying to get in here on AUPH on a pullback. Missed that entry there. Had an order out sitting there at 1520s. Nothing filling there. Came right back to my number on the bid side, but didn't go on my ask side. Canceling down for right now.
You trying to jump in long or short on that one?
I was trying to jump in long there on that quick pullback there to VWAP, but now I got to give it a second. I wanted it to come back right there. 1520s would have got in, took some out there at 1540, and would look for the explosion. 20-cent pop, sell some, and then get it, but missed it by a cent.
I think Roku faked me out here. I can't be too upset with Roku because it's like, look, like this thing broke through my risk and now it's just turning choppy. And so there's no way I would have held it through this 35 level. And it is what it is. I mean, it just kind of faked me out, which happens, you know. Luckily, I kept it small and took a $30 loss, but we'll see what else happens. Very sideways day for a lot of these. PCG.
All right, guys. I've seen CRWD break down there from 50. 50 is such a big, important price point for that one. Fate making its way all the way back, man. Great buy there if you got it at 1825.
Was there any indicators CGC was going straight up? I mean, aside from it maintaining above the VWAP, it broke the pre-market high. You know, it looks strong.
Catalyst. It's just Catalyst, CEO, new CEO.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm looking. I was waiting for a dip buy in it, and the dip just never got down low enough. I was waiting for an entry at like the VWAP.
There's
wherever
Disney
that was.
ripping out, guys. Disney with a rip out.
Yeah, and unfortunately for that, it just never got me to my entry. Yeah, I mean, I'm good, Swing. Like I said, I've gotten since my trading is done so well. Like since I've grown my account as much as I have, I don't let the small losses get to me as much. I really don't. They're no biggie in my mind because it's like $30. Like most of the time, honestly, I'll be down the first hour of the day anyway, and then I'll kind of rebound towards the end of the day. And so point is, I don't really let little bitty losses get to me anymore. They're insignificant. You know, it's just part of the trading day. You know, I'm gonna dip down. Sometimes I'm gonna dip down more. Sometimes I'm gonna lose. Sometimes I'm gonna win. And it's all just I'm getting more and more used to it as I mature in my trading. You know, in my trading career, I just get used to losing sometimes, and I think that's part of the process of conditioning yourself to, you know, just be a trader overall. Man, I watched the stream. I rewatched the stream the other day, and I realized, man, I suck at whistling. You know, you would think I'm like a good whistler, but I suck at whistling, man. Somebody else said that every time I whistle, their dog gets upset, so I apologize. PDLI on the move. I'm waiting for CGC, a pullback here in CGC. The only problem is if CGC does drop down, it could drop down big. So if I take a CGC trade, it's just going to be a small share size. See if we can get the rip up. I'm just worried it's a little bit too overhyped here, and that's the only issue. So I could jump in with like a few shares and try to like slowly scale into this one if I can. You know, start adding 20 share lots as it drops closer and closer to the VWAP, and then just try to maintain a small risk, hopefully.
All right, guys, gonna look for a pullback here in DKS for a long. DKS for a long. Look for it to pull back towards 47, 46.90s. That's where I'd get long. Also keep an eye on CrowdStrike. If that one could squeeze above 50, I would like it.
Oh my gosh.
Fate still looking bullish, guys.
Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself. My wife's gossiping over here with me, but it's something related to somebody we know. So here, I'm gonna mute myself. Sorry, I can't tell you guys the gossip, but my wife is running over here trying to gossip with me. So hold it down, Mitch.
CGC looking good for a VWAP bounce play, guys. Look for that one to get to 1990. Also take that if it gets there. CrowdStrike almost there to squeeze in through the 50 here. Keep a close eye on that one as it pulls back here. Look to see it rip out through the 50 here. All right, DKS ripping out there, guys. Never giving me a chance for that VWAP bounce play. Held there at support at 14. We'll have to look for a pullback. If I get it, I'll take it. If not, let it go.
All right, so I did take that one. I'm going to scale out a little bit of
CGC.
Yeah.
Also, it just wasn't a complete VWAP bounce. Never got there, but good take.
Well, for me, the VWAP's at 2011 for mine, and so it got exactly there, a little bit underneath it, actually. So I think our VWAP's at a different spot.
Yeah, different spot. Mine's at 20.
Let's see if we can get it up to the $0.50 where I'm looking to probably get off the
easy
rest.
Play there. Just never getting back to my level. Fate was the one, man.
Recent, though?
Fate was the one to take today for sure. VWAP bounce play on that one would have destroyed it.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, I mean, CGC was good. For my VWAP, it went down perfectly. I just wish I would have gotten in a little bit bigger sizing, which I didn't, unfortunately. Maybe I'm being a little impatient because I took too small of size, but we'll see if we can get a bigger follow through. Maybe gonna add back if it pulls back. We'll see. What's up, Canakin? What's up, bro? Good morning, man. Hey, what's up, team? Remember, guys, to hit that subscribe button. We got 310 people here. Appreciate the love, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this live for free every weekday morning. So make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to watch us day trade again. We do this live for free every day. And so hit that subscribe button. With CGC here, I'm going to see if I can scale in a little bit more down to 2020 and then just maybe hold under this low for 2008, maybe under the whole $1.20 here as my risk, and then give myself a reward target, hopefully up there at 2060 or so. That's what I'm kind of looking at now. Wish me luck. We'll see how this goes. Oops. Sorry. Don't play these horror musics. It should be pleasant. Yeah, man. My bad. Here, play some jazz. It's pleasant. There you go.
Looking for a bounce to short KPTI, but let's see if I get that bounce. It'd be a VWAP reject play.
Here's 48s. $49s. 50s. Let's see if we get the break. Gonna take another half off there. Just hold the rest. Break even on the rest. See if we get a high of the day break for CGC.
All right, starter there. Risk will be all above 1725s here. Only went 200 shares because it's moving pretty fast. KPTI. Just got to be careful with it here.
What's up, JB? Yeah, man, my aim's higher than that. For subscribers? Man, I want 100 subscribers if I can. You know? You thinking about signing up to trade that? Yeah, if you want to, Ken, check it out. I'll post this link for you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, just have the reasonable expectations for it. You can trade our day. That's one of the biggest benefits. And there's some cons to it. Like if you're a penny stock trader, it might not be right for you. But yeah, it's one of the ways that new traders specifically can day trade for cheap. You know, like I could buy 20 shares, 30 shares, and my commissions are just ridiculously cheap relative to other platforms. So yeah, if you want to use the same platform as us, like I said, there's a lot of benefits to using them. Specifically, there's no PDT rule once you're approved. Their base package gets you 14,000 in buying power to trade with. You know, you get to, it comes with a trading course, access to their chat room, and a demo account. And so if you want to check that out, use the same platform as us, day trade with no PDT. There's the link. Great way to help support the channel as well. Of course, we're biased because we make a commission if you sign up through us. But like I said, it's just one of the cheaper ways that new traders can get started instead of risking a ton of money in the market. CGC's ripping up nicely here. I'm still holding a little bit of shares. We're going to see if we can get a much larger breakout, hopefully. But if not, I mean, I've already made a little bit of money from it. And yeah, we'll see. Might get rejected here at the pre-market high or at the previous high of the day. Hopefully we'll break that and hold it as support, but it's not going to be a losing trade no matter what now.
All right, guys, looking to add here. Our position's looking good for a VWAP reject play.
Nice, Kana. Nice work, bro. Yeah, CGC's trying to break the high of the day. It just keeps getting rejected there. Like I said, I'm not holding a big enough size anymore to really be concerned that much with it. And so I'm just going to let it test, and if it breaks, that's okay too. There's the break. 67s. Nice.
Like the idea. It's a good move. It's a good trade.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, just a tiny size is the problem.
We looked at it to break out. Look at it on the daily chart.
Yep.
That's what one thing I need everyone to look at. People are not looking at the daily chart on that one. That looks extremely strong.
Yeah.
On the daily chart.
I just got out the rest.
I think you I would personally hold that just based on the daily.
I mean, I'm only
there's 4 million shares. Remember I talked about the share size that was needed for this move?
Yeah.
it's traded over 4 million shares already.
Yeah.
And then you look at the daily chart, that's what you needed.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest mistake was just the small size. Like, I had scaled out of it
that's what
already.
it is. If you could hold 100 shares, that's what I would recommend, but you don't have it. So.
Right, and I'm happy with the trade. Like, with less than 100 shares, I made $30 essentially from that trade, and so not bad. And my commissions are going to be negligible for it. So, you know, that's the good thing
trade
about
though.
it. Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Good execution. We didn't have that big of a long-term plan on it.
Yeah, it's one that I talked about this morning, which is that, you know, whenever you got the pre-market high underneath you as support, then that's going to make it a little bit better. It's not exactly what I talked about in my weekend video, but just having that, there's a few big levels here. And if you've ever seen our gap class, our class on gaps, you'll understand the significance of a few different levels when you're looking at gapping stocks specifically. And those 2 or 3 levels are, first of all, the previous closing price is going to be a huge support and resistance level, because that's going to dictate whether the stock's going red to green or green to red and vice versa and everything like that. The other big level is the pre-market high, because everybody else is watching pre-market high. It's one of the most recent support and resistance levels, and so having that under your trade will give it some added support as well. And so those 2 levels, along with like major support and pre-market, are very important for gapping stocks specifically, and it's one of the ways that I've been trading them for a while. And so if you're new to trading gaps, like I said, learn how to watch the previous closing price, learn how to watch the pre-market high, because those levels are going to help guide that trade. And they're just big levels that most other traders are watching as well. Why does Mitch have a different VWAP setting? It's just a different platform. I think mine has a pre-market high taken into consideration, you know. What's up, gamer? What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
It's just a different calculation, guys. Different brokers, different platforms.
Yep.
That's what happens. All right, guys, looking good here. If we can crack 17 here with some good volume, got 13,000 shares shorted there at 17, so it's looking really good. Looking to add at VWAP 1710s. Would like to see this crack into the 16s here. After this crackdown, it would look really, really well for me. So just trying to stick tight. Don't want it above VWAP now. Just want this to kind of just start heading down towards the support and breaking down with some big volume here. A move towards 1687 is what we'll see on the first move. We'll look to take some profit, and then we'll keep the rest of the shares. Here's that spike up that we can add into if we want to at 1710. See 1709, 1710s. Might get the ad. The spread is kind of getting on that 1710, so I might not get shares there.
Green on the day, base hits. Yes, sir. I like Daniel Negreanu, who's a...
Did DKS hit the VWAP for you? That was another one I was looking for a VWAP bounce play. I just didn't get it because at least my VWAP didn't touch.
You might have to change your settings. No. That DKS didn't. DKS, my VWAP, and it probably has moved up since then, to be honest. So my VWAP was right around 4690, 4695 maybe, whenever it hit. Or whenever it pulled back.
Yeah, mine was at 47.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You might want to, I mean, I'm not, I guess it just depends. But
I mean, no one can know who's right or wrong.
Right.
Really. That's the problem. And that's just how it is with any indicator.
Right. And it's going to fluctuate because your Roku might look way better than mine. Like, I got stopped out of Roku this morning because it dropped too much below the VWAP, where your VWAP on Roku might actually look really solid for a VWAP bounce. And so I think it's going to...
It's just how it is, you know?
Yeah. It's going to vary as well, so no stress. Hey, appreciate the subs. Marcelo, what's up, bro? Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the subscribe. Alex, appreciate the sub. Thank you for the subscribes, guys. Welcome to the team. Appreciate the love. We'll see what else we get today. Still early. Yeah, there goes CGC ripping up breaking highs again. But yeah, somebody asked, how do we get around the PDT rule on our platform? Is because they operate like a prop firm, similar to a prop firm. They're technically an educational package, and then you get to apply to partner with them, and once you're approved, you get the account. And so that's kind of how it works. Does VWAP have any parameters? Mine, I think, is +2, -2. Or 2, -2 is mine.
Standard deviations, guys. That's where it's calculated from.
Yeah.
Standard deviation, and it brings in volume.
Also, guys, y'all want to use the best scanners in trading? Check out Trade Ideas. Legitimately the best scanners in trading, in my opinion. I think if you look at all the big-time traders and all the top traders in the world, a lot of them are using Trade Ideas for a reason. And so if you want to check out Trade Ideas, there's the link in the chat. You can use promo code BT15, get 15% off of Trade Ideas scanners. And like I said, in my opinion, they're the best in the game. I bought 100 shares of Uber this morning, so now I have 1,000 shares at 28.60. I'm scared to sell them. I believe Uber is going to rise this year. I think so too, most likely. I think that at the rate Uber is growing and at the rate Uber is replacing taxis, that Uber will be a successful company long term, I think, unless something crazy happens with regard to like law changes. I think Uber will be successful. I think most people are using Uber, and as it becomes more and more of a cultural phenomenon and like a big name brand in that space, then I think that it's just going to go up and up. So long term, I actually like Uber. Of course, I don't think they're actually profitable technically yet, but I think that considering the market space they have and how, like I said, they're kind of a cultural phenomenon, like people are using Uber to get to work. It's solving a lot of problem in, people's everyday lives. And so I think in that regard, Uber will be successful, but you never really know, I guess.
All right, guys, looking for KPTI to break down here. Also watching CRWD for a breakout squeeze through 49.50 to get up there to $50.
Yeah, KPTI looks good. Yeah, I probably should have held the CGC. There goes ripping up to 2105.
Just trying to stay in here, guys. It needs to get hit here at 17. If not, we'll squeeze through. I'll just step out. Here's where I can expect kind of that drive to start here in CRWD. 49 is the hold here right now. 49. You see KPTI just swing around there, guys. You don't want to see this squeeze up there, guys. Really don't want to see it past the 11s here.
What's up, Imran? We're good, man. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm down $8 on the day, but still early. I'm just waiting. I'm not seeing anything I really like right now, except for maybe AUPH. But I also think AUPH is a little bit too volatile for me specifically, and I'd probably prefer to just wait for some pullbacks in like Roku or CGC even. Maybe even Uber, but Uber's just...
There's a spike in CRWD to 49.50s. Let me see the volume that comes in here.
But Uber's just ripping up today too. So we'll see. Just waiting for some pullbacks maybe.
Looking for a pullback towards 25 with some volume here. All right, guys, this has to break 17 now, guys. If it breaks 17 with big sizing, I'm going to look to add here. There you go. Big size in there at 17. Looking to tighten up here, closer towards 17.
With everything that you demand, you could say I had a plan way before I had a fan. Some would probably call it luck. I just call it being blessed.
There you go.
Never did the work, but you want to be the best. Lately I could never stress.
Look to increase at 17 here, guys. Putting the shorts on here. If we crack through this 86, we're going to make a nice big move down through the 80s. Just give this a shot here to either bounce back to 17 and add me, or break down here.
Hey, appreciate the sub. Alice, welcome to the team. Appreciate it. Thank you for that subscribe. Like I said, guys, hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every weekday morning on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications if you can. And we appreciate the support, guys.
All of this working ain't working, I feel like a liar and I cannot lie to my soul. I know the truth universal, so don't let me tell you. I know that a lot of you know. Spilling pieces of a poet.
A couple thousand shares got put on there, so I'm holding right now.
And if it don't make a dollar, then how could it make a real
Trying to let this crack down here through the 80s.
Looks good, man. I like the breakdown.
Had some good sizing in there, so I'm giving it a shot. The one that I'm really keeping an eye on too on long side, CRWD.
I'm looking for Uber. Pull back, get by. I appreciate the sub, Celeb. Welcome to the team, man. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you for joining us here, man. But yeah, I'm looking at Roku, SQ, CGC. Looking for some pullbacks here. Market's been ripping up all morning, though.
Alright guys, we're not wanting to break down, so we're going to take half of it off, look to add 200 shares back at 17. If not, we'll take a little bit of profit at least, at the very minimum.
Might look to jump in with a little bit of AMD here.
Song 3, hour 3. I don't even go to sleep. Know the Lord empower me. Wake them up, they sound asleep. They gon' hear the sound of me. When the money getting up, truly ain't no down in me. Finally get it, cause look at me now and then looking at me from the picture. They probably thought that I need them, or thought that I keep them. They lucky if I even miss them. Thinking that you got me figured, you figured it wrong, but it's okay, I truly forgive you. Lately I ain't got the time to be picking no fights when I'm trying to pick from the menu. Spilling pieces of a poet, don't you know it? I'm the real thing, baby.
Man, that's CGC.
I know, man. It just ripped up. Hey, I took most of the
How'd
move.
that
Like, I got
feel?
in. Well, I got in from like 2015 all the way to 2075. So I got in with huge size, or not with small size, but I wrote it up most of this move. I just missed out the last 25 cents or so.
Yeah, it's the hourly chart. It's like I talked about, guys. You need a certain amount of volume to really get you above. What did we get? An opening hour chart of close to 7 million shares traded. That's why you got to look at the volume, guys. You got to pay attention to that. On the daily chart, no volume, no volume, no volume, getting towards breakout. If you get that push through those important levels with a whole bunch of volume, almost volume matching the first spurt of momentum, which was back in November, that's how you get moves like this.
Hey, thank you, Fred. Thank you, sir. Yeah, CGC was one that I was talking about this morning.
There you go, guys. There's CRW making the move. Now up there to 49.82s.
All right, so I'm in AMD with a few hundred shares, about 400. We're going to let it work, though. Got a tight risk set here at around 61, 62 or so. I like the support there. So we're not risking much with this one. And hopefully it goes in my direction. If not, we'll be fine, too. Or maybe at around 60 is my risk. I don't mind that either. $68. Also gonna look for Roku. If it could pull back to like 146, right around that whole dollar level, is what I'm interested in with Roku.
All right, guys, just took off my ad for KPTI. It's holding way too much at 1690s. Could be too many shares coming in right here. So just holding here. Looking for that pullback here. Like that pullback in CRWD. Looking for anything underneath 50 or at 50 on the ask. I have an order out at 40s, just sitting there to see if I can get a pullback fill, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on sizing, Justin. Justin says, how much can you make in a day by day trading? I mean, you can make up to, $1 million in a day, hypothetically speaking, but will you? Probably not. It all just depends, man. You can make a lot, you can make a little bit. It really just depends. It's not like a set in stone number about how much you're gonna make. It just depends. The another thing to consider is that the more you risk, or the more you make, the more you're risking, right? And so it's like, if you want to make $1,000 a day, you're potentially risking $1,000 most of the time, or at least 500 if your reward to risk ratio is good, which kind of shows you why those levels are important. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a loaded question. There's not really, how much can you make a day? I mean, you can make $1 million, $1 billion, hypothetically speaking, but will you? Probably not,
All right, I think CRWD is going to come down towards my 49.26 area. Try to find a support there and see if it's going to find support there. Definitely looks interesting, that stock. Remember, this had that lockout, and that's really what's affecting it, I think. That's why traders tried to short it at the open, and I'm looking to see if there's a squeeze put on them. Got down there to 83 on the bid side for KPTI here. Let's see if we can crack 80s here.
Hey, thank you for the sub. Thank you for the subscribe, bro. Welcome to the team, man. Appreciate the sub. Like I said, guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this live for free every day right here on YouTube for free for your viewing and entertainment pleasure. Hit that subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. What low fly playlist is this? This is Epidemic Sounds playlist. You like this playlist though, huh? Everybody does. Alright, so we got a move up in AMD, looking good. Beautiful move up. I'm going to sell into this strength here. Get off half right there. Hold the rest. See if we get a move up to the high of the day or more on AMD. But we got the initial breakout there that I was looking for. I like this one as well because the previous closing price is right underneath me on AMD. So that should give it some added support there as well. Also, looking at CGC, maybe we'll get a pullback here.
There we go, guys. Nice little crack there for me to the 80s. See if we can get some volume to follow here.
See, my profit target for this one is now up here at 80. We'll see if we get it though. Might not. And ideally, if we get up to 75, I might take a little bit off, a little bit more off. Still holding a few hundred shares, about 200 shares. We're gonna see if we get to move up to here. Sometimes we're gonna run into resistance at what we call the $0.25 up there at 75, and so we do have to be wary of that.
All right, watching the momentum here, guys. Might take it off here, but looking to see the momentum here. There you go, downward momentum there to 70s, 73s.
All right. like I said, I just took half off of that one, right around that 75 level that I just called out. We'll see. We'll let the rest, this last little 100 shares work, see if we can get a move back up to like 39.80 or so. But not a bad little trade there for AMD too. Well, we're just gonna keep moving.
All right, guys, seeing the momentum slow down there a little bit. I'm gonna be smart, take my $60. That's a nice risk to reward, and celebrate with that nice victory. That's a 93.50 for the day so far, and we'll look for KPTI to come back to VWAP to reshort, but if not, we'll let this one go. Didn't have as much shares as I wanted to keep holding, so instead we'll take the kind of a nice home run, to tell you the truth. It's a good win there. Got out there at 74s from 17.13. We're talking about 38 cents winner. I'll take that anytime.
Nice work, bro.
This is one that I liked on the daily chart, guys, as we see it continue down. Daily chart showed rejection off 17, bottom of the support there. I saw a crack through on the daily chart, big time towards 1510s. So I think this one could keep going down, but that's just how it is. I'll look for a bounce back towards VWAP.
Jerome says, why do biotechs spike up every time they have a good result? It doesn't mean they cured cancer, just like PTSV today. Easy short plays. Because of hype, bro. You know, hype gets behind it, man. Everybody's jumping on that. Ooh, it's the cool thing to do. Jump on the biotechs, man. Guys. You know how it is.
Look at KPTI getting crushed there, guys. Down to 50s now. Good trade today.
Roku pulling back here. Like I said, if Roku gets down to 146.20, I might take some. We'll see. But yeah, if it gets down to 146.20s, I'll probably jump in short. Maybe have a 148 price target. It just depends on what kind of share size I want to take with it. We're also getting a spike up here in the overall market, which I think is certainly dragging AMD up some, hopefully, and might drag some of these other mid and high cap stocks up as well. Any suggestion for a decent startup amount? I mean, it's all subjective. It just depends on what platform you plan on using, I guess. Like with TEFs and TradeNet, you can get, you know, a decent amount of buying power for $400. But if you're gonna go with like somebody like CME Group or something like that, then you're gonna need much more. And so it really just depends on the platform you plan on using. You know, what platform you plan on using. You know what I mean? John, where did you get your most beneficial trading training?
All right. That CRWM starting to really look. CRWD looking really strong there, trying to break out through 50. We'll see if that one breaks out through 50 and starts moving on up. One thing that I'm also looking at is AMD to see if it's going to push through 39.80s here, or is it going to reject this level, look to crack down through 39.65s.
Yeah, I just took the bounce on AMD right there at 39.65, and I'm still holding a little bit, but I'm scaled out of most of it already. I'm only holding 100 shares left.
Well, I think this is the perfect time, guys, to talk about TradeNet. You know, TradeNet is what we use, guys. It's the package and course that we kind of get through. It's a funded account, giving you access to TEFs as the execution broker there, and that's what we really use to execute our trades. I know you guys see us using different programs like Thinkorswim, TC2000 for charting, but we really do really like TradeNet as our executing and TEFs as our executing platform. Today you guys saw me kind of do a swing trade, green on AUPH shorting at 15.95s. I didn't have to borrow shares like many other brokers out there. I was able to short it, hold it, and make some good profit on that. Another good stock that I was able to trade today was KPTI making $60 on that trade. Great short that I was able to get. You know, one of the other things I want to talk about is a lot of stuff that's happening today with that IPO lockout. One of the great things that we kind of stress with TradeNet and just any broker in period is you want to go ahead and trade stocks that give you advantage. And you want to be with a broker that you know the advantages and disadvantages with. With TradeNet, you get the advantage of trading stocks like IPOs, like DD Dog right now. This is an IPO that you could have been shorting right out the gates. I know you guys saw Uber earlier in the year,
and you could
as
also
this
short.
one tanked.
You could short these stocks too, which is huge because, like,
yeah,
for instance, Tesla, you can go long and stuff like that. You can actually short these stocks on taps, which is a huge benefit. Like, if you're a short bias trader, like mentioned, that's one of the biggest benefits. My bad for interrupting you, brother.
Definitely. No, then that's the key, guys, is knowing the advantages and disadvantages of your trades. If you do not understand how you can go ahead and use their advantages and disadvantages, then they're probably going to be trying to kind of, you got to remember one thing that I always tell everyone, that every broker is trying to make money. So understand how you can perfect your system to use the advantages in your strength.
Yep, exactly. I mean, it's one of those, when I first started TEFs, I only traded penny stocks, and then I switched to TEFs, and they don't allow most penny stocks, and so I started trading mid and high cap stocks, and honestly had better results than I ever had trading penny stocks. And so it ended up working out. And it's one of those things, like, I think a lot of people get stuck on penny stocks. I think that's what's advertised to new traders. I think new traders see penny stocks and they see 1,000% wins, and they see gurus flashing Lamborghinis at them. And so they're like, oh, well, I'm going to trade penny stocks like my favorite guru, you know. But penny stocks are ridiculously volatile. It's very easy to lose a lot of money with them. And I think you're running an uphill battle with penny stocks. Of course, that's my subjective opinion, though. Naturally I trade mid and high cap stocks, and so of course I think those are the way to go. But yeah, I think everybody has their own niche as well. But again, some of the cons of TEFs and TradeNet are that no penny stocks, or not many penny stocks are tradable. I'm not going to say no, but if you've ever thought about trading mid and high cap stocks, I mean, I think that's the best way to try them out.
I would have to agree, guys. You know, one of the things I'm able to look at right now is I'm looking for the CRWD to squeeze out. Looking to see if I can get some advantages here and take this trade here. Guys saw a great pullback there to 1425. Would want to see an extension here towards 49.75s, hold VWAP, and then really try to break out. One of the patterns that I look at is try to break down twice underneath VWAP, hold VWAP, breakout.
Yeah, I got an AMD on the rip back down there. Maybe I should have held, but what's up, Eagles? How you doing, man? What's up, bro?
All right, traders. So I'm getting to that point right here. I'm up $90. Gonna go ahead and take a small break here. Gotta go take my girlfriend to work. I'm gonna go, since I'm already up in the green, instead of pushing into today, we go take a little break, and I will be back, guys. We'll see if John's still trading. If John's still trading, I'll jump right back on here, guys. If not, I'll go ahead and I'll keep up with you guys in the Discord. If you guys haven't already, definitely get into our Discord. This is how we go ahead and keep contact with you guys. Not only the positions that we take, like I did the swing trade, was able to remind people on Sunday, hey guys, I'm still in this, you know. And one of the other things that we do is we talk about strategies. There's other traders on there, and I think that's really the important, guys, is it's a community of traders trying to help each other get to that next level. So if you're trying to go ahead and get your trading to that next level, join the Discord, help each other out. Let's get each other to that next level. That's really what beginner trading is really all about, is helping each other get to that next level in your process building.
That's right.
All right, traders, I'll be back for a little while. I'm actually going to even leave everything connected. If John closes it down, he closes it down, but I'll just leave it ready for me when I get back.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Later, brother.
You have a good one.
All right, guys. So I had a few good questions. One of them was, John, where did you get your most beneficial training? I honestly learned the most from just experimenting with trading. You know, like, I've always said it before, like, you're going to have all these courses and stuff like that, but I really learned the most from just experience. You know, you learn the most from experience in trading over any course because you have to find your style. You have to find your niche. I learned quickly that my niche is dip buying and dip shorting, or in bounce shorting. So I short into bounces, I buy dips, and most of the time I'm using the VWAP to confirm those trends before I buy it or short it. And that's basically my style of trading is I use the VWAP to confirm the trend. I look for dips, I look for bounces, I short the bounces, I buy into dips. Like you can see me here, I just bought a little bit of Uber. And that's just what works really well for me. Now, don't get it wrong. Like, I'm not gonna say I didn't use any other people. Like, I watched Warrior Trading's free course. I watched some Tim Sykes videos. I watched Sean Deckmar. I watched Investors Underground. And so I watched a lot of them. And they got some good free content. All of them do. You know, their free content is great. Are their courses worth it? I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna pay for them. But again, I think everybody's a little bit different in that regard, and that some people are going to find value in it, and it's all relative to how much money you have, I guess. But yeah, I mean, my suggestion to new traders is just try to find your style. You know, try to find your style, find your niche. You know, watch the free content everybody else puts out there. Maybe ours, but not necessarily just ours. You know, they've got a lot of good free courses online. And just find your niche, find your style. Your style might be different than your gurus. They might be different than me. You know, you don't know what kind of style you're going to have. And so just experiment with small size. Build some rules, learn what you do well, paper trade, and you know, approach it that way, because it's going to take time. It's not one of those things that you're going to jump in and just all of a sudden start making all this money. I mean, you might, but most of that's going to be due to pure luck as opposed to skill. And of course, every guru is going to tell you, oh, if you buy my course, you know, my students have made $1 billion in trading, and that's just a sales pitch, to be honest. The truth is, it's probably going to take years to learn how to do it successfully, and even then, it's not necessarily guaranteed. And so, just have reasonable expectations is my best advice for traders. Somewhat, Graham. I mean, I was a penny stock trader for sure. I couldn't really short, though. You know what I mean? So most of the time, it was just long traders. It was long trades. I'm in Uber. I wish I would have taken bigger sizing. I didn't notice how small the range was here with Uber, so I dip bought, and it worked out really well. Immediately broke out to the top of the range, but apparently I only have 100 shares, and it's insignificant for this one. I'm also looking at Roku here. I might start to take a few more trades, get a little bit more active at this point. But yeah, I nailed CGC. I called CGC out in pre-market. It was one of the ones that I talked about the most was CGC, and about buying it on the dip VWAP bounce play. And it followed through, did exactly what I wanted it to. It just, I took it with such a small size that it wasn't worth it for me necessarily. So that's the bum. I'm a little bummed about that, but I'm going to start scaling into Roku here as well. And I'm going to start scaling into Roku as it dips closer and closer to the VWAP here, and look to take advantage of Roku here as well. I guess I'll leave Uber up, but Roku's what I'm starting to look at right now. Gonna buy a few more here, and with 40 shares of Roku, gonna start taking some larger swings. But yeah, like I said, I called out CGC all in pre-market. It was one of the ones I talked the most about, was buying the VWAP bounce on CGC, and it worked out, followed through beautifully. Was able to nail the trade, just didn't take big enough sizing, unfortunately, and that's kind of what I'm the most bummed out about, I guess. Another nice little dip here in Roku. I'm in with 60 shares now. Like I said, I don't mind adding to it down to the VWAP at 30s and then just trying to get a rip up here. We'll see. You know, I'm in it with Do you always day trade or swing trade? Most of the time it's day trading. I don't really swing trade that much. And so it's mostly just swing trading. Or it's mostly just day trading, I'm sorry. Gonna buy one more lot of Roku and then just stop it right here. I'm not gonna buy any more. Risk level is about 146 right here. So like I said, I don't mind taking a little bit of bigger swing here. See if we can get the bid to pop up here on Roku. We got the little bounce there, but we're gonna give it some time. Yeah, we get a move up to like here on Roku, I'll be happy and I'll take profits there. It's just a big if. Still holding Uber, but Uber's kind of insignificant to me. It's just not, the range is too small. Oh no, what have I done? There we go. Alright, I'm watching Roku here. It's still fine. Hopefully it finds some support at this 146.50 level. But if it breaks down, I mean, I gotta be careful. Just a big drop here. I should probably use this 146 level as my risk. I think that makes the most sense. But I do have to watch the level 2 and see kind of where the bid and the ask price are, because the spread could kind of get me to here. Alright, so there's a big breakdown. Like I said, gotta be careful here. I'm using that 146 level as my risk. Still a very small risk, but we're gonna give it a little bit of time to rebound, hopefully here. But if not, I'm just gonna jump out. But hopefully that 146 level will hold. At least Uber's going in my direction. I don't know about Roku, but Uber's looking right. If Roku, big drop. Gotta be very careful here. My hand's over the cover button. Like I said, 146 is my risk level because it's just a big support level. But I do have to be careful. If it rips down, it can rip down big here. And I don't necessarily want to get caught in that. Go a little bit better. I just need to see that bid straighten out, and I don't want to see a VWAP rejection here too, which is when the stock rejects right there at the VWAP. It's not bad as long as you can see that bid keep rising down here. I'm okay. Yeah, that's the VWAP line. It's a trend indicator. The VWAP's an intraday trend indicator, so it tells you the current intraday trend of the stock, right? So if the stock's maintaining above it, then it's in a bullish or upward intraday trend, and if the stock's maintaining below it, it's in a downward or bearish intraday trend. And so when you see a stock pull underneath this line, it could be trying to change trends, which is what we're seeing now. Like if it gets rejected at this line and breaks 146, then that's just big confirmation that the trend might be changing. And now it might bounce up like it did earlier in the morning. I think it stopped me out once earlier this morning as well. But either way, I mean, it's going to be what, like a $50, $60 loss. Very small and very minor. And so I'm just going to hold it tight to my risk level here. If it breaks 146, I'm just going to jump out and hope it bounces. But either way, still early. It's only 10:30 market time. And so, you know, no stress either way. Just gotta watch it, be careful with it. Nah, I mean, listen, Plexer, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, brother. You know, can't be too emotional about it. You know, like I said, it's been a very profitable few weeks for me, few months really. And so, you know, like I said, I think I'm up like, in my account already, I'm up like $1,200. And so I'm up big in this account already. And so a $60 loss is not gonna faze me. There's a bounce though. So I do like this bounce. Hopefully it holds above the VWAP and doesn't get rejected here. And then the next big level that if it does break this is going to be this 146.50 level, this $half level. If we extend it to the left, you can see this is a pretty big level too. And so we want to see it push and hold over that specifically. Other than the VWAP, what indicators do I use? I'm mostly simple, and I use the VWAP. I use intraday support and resistance. I analyze a lot of pre-market levels, and so mostly just use the VWAP. I'm mostly a VWAP trader. Everybody's a little bit different though, but I'm mostly a VWAP trader. And again, with being a VWAP trader, like as a VWAP trader, one thing I have to focus on is I have to focus on the intraday trend. Obviously, stocks that pick trends are going to be more beneficial for me as a trader than stocks that are just kind of choppy and sideways. Like if you look at the first 10 minutes of the open this morning and you look at the SPY, you'll see how choppy the SPY was at the open, which means that that wasn't beneficial for me as a VWAP trader. It was just crossing over and under the VWAP, which means that it's a little bit choppier of a trend and it's just less favorable for me as a trader. And so as a trader, I just kind of got to focus on finding stocks that have confirmed trends that are maintaining above and below the VWAP, and when they pull back to that level, that they confirm the trend and bounce off of it instead of crossing through it, if that makes sense. And so that's what I really focus on. And with that said, if you look at Roku, I mean, that's kind of what we got this morning. It did fake me out once earlier, but it's maintained this upward trend most of the day today. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not stressed at all in this trade. If it breaks over the $0.50, that's great. If not, I'll just get out of it. I'm gonna look at some other stuff too. Oh, I also forgot, what else am I in? Oh, I'm in Uber, and Uber's looking good, man. Maybe I should get out of Uber here. I'm up $10. I'm just in such a small size, I'm just gonna get out here, bank my money in Uber, and be done with that one. And now that, like I said, I've made enough in this one that I'm not really super concerned either way. We're just gonna make it work. If it doesn't, that's fine too. Here we go. Getting much better here. We need that break over the $0.50. My entry is 80 roughly, and so my entry is right around here. CGC is pulling back some too. I just don't know if I really like CGC now. What time frame do I use? I use mostly 1 minute. I'm mostly a scalper, and so since I'm not holding stocks for very long, I use a very short-term time frame. You know, if I was a long-term holder, I'd be using a little bit longer time frame chart, and I think it's going to vary. It's all personal preference and subjective, but mostly I'm using 1 minute time frames. Like, I'll analyze the daily chart as well, but most of the time I'm just sticking with 1 minute time frames. So we did get a push over this $0.50, and this $0.50 is actually a very important level. We want to see the stock maintain above this 146.50 level, preferably hold some support there and then continue moving up. Now we're getting closer and closer to this trade being break even, and since this one dropped so much below my entry, I'm going to try to take profits quick if this one does go in my direction. I think I've documented the support and resistance pretty well overall in this chart, and so we're going to give it time, but I'm going to take profits fast if it moves up over my entry, just because it's already dropped well below where I wanted it to drop, and it tested my risk level once, which again, if you remember where I said my risk level when I got in the trade, I said it was 146, and so we did test that level. But if it does go in my direction, I need to take profits quick. And one thing like I said, we really want to see is we want to see this 146.50 level, this $0.50 level. We want to see it hold as support, hopefully, and bounce off of that, continue moving in an upward direction, maintaining its bullish sentiment. We'll see though. As you can see, I'm still roughly break even on the day, so it's fine. But not what I wanted to see happen there. I did not want to see this drop, unfortunately. Like I said, it's still above the VWAP. We'll see if it pushes back up. But if it starts to move down, I probably just got to get out. Yeah, this is the last level that we're really watching. If it starts to drop quick here, I don't want to watch it test that 146 level again. I'm probably just going to get out, keep it small. Hopefully it bounces on the VWAP, but it doesn't look like it is. It looks like it's just going to go down under it. We'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong. What about AMD? Where's AMD? AMD's too much below the VWAP. I traded AMD earlier. I just got out. Alright, well it did bounce at the VWAP. Like I said though, it's underneath the $0.50 of 146.50. That's the part I'm the most skeptical of is that it is now below the $0.50, and that area might hold its resistance. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it breaks above it and looks really strong, but that level might hold its resistance now, which again is like right here. This level right here. Like I can point a line to it so you can see. This level right there. And so hopefully it breaks and maintains above it. But that level might just reject it and it might just go down too. So we'll see. Crossing my fingers here. I don't usually hold stocks this long, and so the longer I hold this one, the less likely I trust it to work out. But there's a push. There's 68s, 58s. I like the movement, but again, it's got to break this level here, which is a big level too, right here at 79. CGC bounced there. AMD's cracking down below it though. There's 70s. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure Canadians can use my platform. Yeah, see, this is the level. You see how it keeps getting rejected here? It needs to get over 75. The $0.25 is a big level. So it needs to get over 75. I just don't want to see it get rejected here, which is very plausible. There's 75s. Like I said, as soon as we get into profit in this one, we get a push towards the whole dollar of 147. That's where I'd like to get out of this one, hopefully. But that $0.25 resistance might hold strong here. We'll see. We just want to see a breakout, not a rejection. And I don't mind the way the chart looks right now, but we just need some volume to come in. There's 83s, nice. Let's see if we get any type of significant profit here. We need that bid to straighten out. Like I said, we need to move over 147 now. Is what we really need. Gonna hold the rest close to break even if it doesn't move in my direction. I'm trying to let it test this whole dollar. Pull back, 81s, 87s, 91. So I'm going to get out the rest, and then I'm going to hold the rest of these shares break even, so I'm not going to risk anymore. I'm going to hold the rest a little bit longer term, see if we can break this 147 level like we're doing now. But like I said, I'm getting out of this one quick. I don't want to hold it through any huge moves here. And I'm just going to hold this last little 20, and we're going to move on, find something else to trade. Maybe sold that last little bit, but like I said, it just dropped so much below. Luckily, my 146 risk level held, but that one had me a little bit skeptical of it most of the time. So luckily, it went my direction, but I don't mind getting out quick and just letting this last little bit work. See if we get a big breakout up to like the highs up here, maybe. Gonna move on from this one though. Yeah, I mean, I get it, you know. Yeah, so just to break it down, if anybody hasn't, you know, learned about TAPS and TradeNet, one of the biggest benefits is that new traders can get started and just trade it for very cheap. You know, like for instance, new traders, you know, you spend $3.99 on these packages. Once you're approved, you get 14,000 in buying power to trade with. So you get 14K in buying power. There's no PDT rule once you're approved. You can day trade and more importantly, short stocks, which is extremely rare. Most new traders can't short because you need a margin account. And I think it's just one of the cheapest ways that new traders can get involved in the market. Ultimately, risk less money because you're risking $400 instead of saving up thousands for that. And I think it just makes sense for new traders. Like I said, it's just a cheap way new traders can get involved in the market and actually trade, a funded account, be able to short some stocks. And I think it just makes sense for new traders. There are some cons to it, specifically like most new traders can't. There are some cons to using them, specifically most. Here, I'm going to get out here. Not a bad little win there for Roku. But yeah, most new traders can't short because you need a margin account. But with TradeNet, you get to short stocks. You can short recent IPOs and everything else. And so I think that's one of the biggest benefits. It technically is an educational package, and then you get to partner with them. And so that's how you get the funded account. And the educational package comes with the trading course, access to their chat room, and a demo account to trade with. And then you get to apply to, and almost everybody's approved for the funded account. And that allows you to day trade short stocks. There's a $700 max loss, and there's a 70-30 profit split, so you do have to share 30% of your profits with them, but they're the ones that are supplying you with all of that buying power. And so I think, the fact that you're only risking $400 and you're getting a ton of buying power, you're actually being able to short stocks, and then your max loss is 700, more than twice or around twice as much. I think it just makes sense for new traders. And so here's the link if you want to check that out. Nice. Hey, appreciate the sub. Art, welcome, bro. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I made my money on Roku. Little trade, but I'll take it. Basically made back what I lost this morning on Roku because I was down this morning on Roku. But not a bad day. Let me see my P&L. I need to scale up, guys. I'm being a big wimp. That's the problem. Like, I've been ridiculously accurate lately. I really have. I've been ridiculously accurate lately. Out of today, I think I had 5 trades. One of them was a loss. 1 trade out of 5 was a loss today. And I've been very accurate. I just need to stop being a wimp, and I need to scale up in my size. I'm a big wimp, guys. Everybody yell at me. Tell me I'm a big wimp because, man, I'm a big wimp. I gotta scale up in size. I'm trading with a ton of buying power, but I'm still a big wimp. I don't know why. I don't know. But I gotta be grateful. My trading's been going great. I've been building this account. I have been growing this account. That's great. But I just need to scale up in size. I'm being a big wimp, Yes, but it's only if you make money, Darcy. And I mean, think about it like this, right? They're giving you 14,000 in buying power to trade with. So you're getting 14,000 to trade with. You're spending $399, and then once you're approved, you get 14,000 to trade with. So you get a lot of buying power. There's no PDT rule, so you could day trade short. And again, your max loss is 700, so you're spending $399 on their base package. And there's other packages if you want a bigger account. Like, I know I have like the top account, which is a pro package, and I get a ton of buying power. And my split is only like, I think mine's 85-15 is my split, so I only have to share 15% of my profits. But in the end, it like I said, it operates like a prop firm, and I mean, they're gonna, you're gonna have to split your profit with them because they're the ones giving you all the buying power. It's just a cheaper way to get started. So if you think about it in that regard, I think it makes sense. And it's only taken out of profits. Like, if you lose, they're not going to take the 30% out. Like, they're just going to leave you alone and let you try to build up the account. But then once you start profiting, it's a profit split. So you got to share it with them. It operates like a prop firm. I literally trade with 1 share on a $26,000 account. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, for liability reasons, I mean, I'm sure it's once you're approved. I think almost everybody's approved, and I think if you're not approved, you can get a refund. But, yeah, technically you're buying an educational package, and then you get to apply to partner with them. But like I said, I think almost everybody's approved, and if you're not approved, I'm pretty sure you can get a refund. But best to reach out to them and ask them. No, like I said, you can get a refund if you want. I'm pretty sure you can. I'm pretty sure you can get a refund all the way up until the day that you make your first trade on the funded account. Like, if you make 1 trade on your funded account, not the paper account, but if you make 1 trade on your funded account, then you can get a refund. But all the way up to that point, you can get a refund, I think, on the funded account, as long as you don't make a trade on it. And so, yeah, point is, I think if you're not approved, you can get a refund, and I'm pretty sure they will give you a refund, but best to reach out to them and ask them. Yeah, no stress, Darcy. No worries, bro. Yeah, and I think that's the people that aren't approved are probably the ones that don't take the course or don't paper trade. They have different means of getting approved for the funded account. You might have to take their course, you might have to trade the demo account, but most people are approved, I'm pretty sure. And like I said, the big thing to question about what TEFs and TradeNet is whether they're going to pay out. And I've heard from everybody that they do. Like I said, if you're a big time trader and you're looking to make money, I think people hate on TradeNet because they lose their accounts. Because and it's very hard for somebody to be introspective enough to be like, you know what, this isn't TradeNet's fault. Like, this isn't TradeNet's fault I lost my account. I lost my account because I took dumb trades. It's very hard for somebody to be introspective. It's way easier for somebody to be like, hey, it's their fault. How is it their fault? You know what I mean? Like I said, trading's a very emotional game, right? And it's really easy to blame me. It's really easy to blame TradeNet and TEFs. It's really easy to blame your computer or the market or whatever it is. It's really easy to do that. It's very difficult to be introspective enough to be like, you know what, I took dumb trades and I lost my account, and that's nobody else's fault but mine. It's way easier to just blame whomever to make yourself feel better. And in the end, like I said, it's all about this is all about new traders saving money. Most new traders are going to save up and deposit thousands into a regular platform and then lose thousands. That's what I did. I know that's probably what most new traders do, and this is just a cheaper way. You're risking $400. You get a course, demo account, chat room access, and then you get to apply. And most people are approved for the funded account. You get to day trade a live account, short stocks, no PDT rule, decent amount of buying power, and I think that bundle just makes sense. I think it makes sense for new traders. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Siesta, I think most people, I think if you're not approved, you can get a refund immediately. But ask them, but I'm pretty sure you can. Hey, I'm telling you, bro, it works, man. What's up, Shetra? Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it works. All the strategies I teach, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but all the strategies I teach, they actually work for me at least. These strategies work. If you look at all the instances of these strategies, right? And you tally up how many of them failed versus how many of them followed through to a certain extent to a certain reward target, a majority of them are going to follow through, at least with the stocks that I'm specifically watching. And so it's all different, but my strategies work. I try to teach strategies that work. I try to back test the strategies and trade the strategies I teach first. And if they work, then I put them out into the world. You know what I mean? Because I want to make sure they actually work. And the VWAP bounce, I'm telling you, the VWAP bounce has been working. I've only taken VWAP bounces today. I've taken zero fades. And look, I mean, this is my P&L. And so, yeah, like I said, I've traded 5 times. 1 trade was a loss. The other 5 were green. And the reason you can't see the 5th one is because the first trade was on Roku, which was a loss. And then the second trade didn't quite make up for the first one. So you see this $11 down. But I'm a big wimp. I got to scale up in size. What's the commission like? The commission is, so it's a no PDT rule platform once you're approved. And so there are commissions. It's not a US platform like E-Trade or Thinkorswim that doesn't have commissions. So you do pay commissions, but if you trade small, commissions are very cheap. Like it's 0.006 cents per trade. And then there's some fees. It equals out to about 0.0075 per trade. But there's a 150 per trade minimum. So, but point is, if you're buying like 250 shares or less, your commission is going to be like $3 to $4 for a round trip. And that's very cheap. Like I said, you make 1 cent you make 2 cents with 250 shares. You're compensating for those commissions. And so the commissions are very cheap. That's one of the ways I take small sizes, because commissions are just really cheap and I can do that effectively. Yeah, day trading stuff, man. It's like I try to teach people, like, look, day trading is the most difficult form of investing there is. It's the most short term, and a common rule is that as you get closer, and the shorter term you get in trading, the more difficult, the more risky it is, right? So day trading is the shortest, form of trading in general, and it's extremely risky. You'll probably lose money, as a realistic answer. For me, it took me years to learn how to trade successfully, years. And I'm still not at the level where I feel comfortable trading huge size. And so I'm a big wimp, but I'm a big green wimp. So I'll take it. Prachi, man, you've asked this question numerous times, bro. Every strategy is different, brother. Every strategy is different, man. I can't tell you the perfect strategy. Like in trading, there's no $1 million strategy. There's no $1 million strategy. Every strategy works a little bit different for other people. And people are a little bit different. Everybody trades differently. There's no $1 million strategy. I'm not going to sell a course called Buy the Dip, the $1 billion strategy in the market. Like, there's no $1 million strategy. Everybody's different. Everybody has different preferences, a different personality, a different style of trading, different patience levels. And so there's no $1 million strategy. I can't just tell you the strategy that's going to win you the 5-day trading challenge. I can't do it because I don't know what strategy is going to win you the 5 trading challenge, man. You got to figure out your own strategy, bro. Paper trade first, man. I don't know what else to say. Like I said, I don't know what the strategy is. I know what strategies work for me, but I can't tell you whether they're going to work for you or not. I don't know whether they're going to work for you. They might not. Yeah. Yeah, Vinny. Yeah, or very common, people say, it looks like NASA. It looks like NASA. Teach me how to trade. It looks like NASA. It's like, man, there's so much. It's a loaded question, man. There's so much different stuff to teach you, man. Like, there's so many different aspects of trading. Successful day trading is practicing and learning and using good risk reward with the right strategies under the right market conditions, with the right patience levels, with the right personality, trading the right stocks with the right ranges. I can't say, what do you want me to say? That's trading. That's successful trading. Like, you want me to say all that? That's a loaded question, man. That'll take hours. First off, you just want to understand what trading and the stock market does and what it is, and what float is, what range means, what all that stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot the music. Let me put the music on. You can get paper trading unlocked, bro. You can unlock paper trading. At least I did. My paper, if I go to my paper trading platform, it's unlocked. It's real time. Yeah, that's what you do. You contact Thinkorswim. You contact Thinkorswim and just say, hey, can I have real-time quotes? And most of the time they'll be like, sure. Boom, you get it. That's what they did with me. I was like, hey, can I have real-time quotes? And they were like, yep. There you go. Sometimes they'll make you sign like a waiver or something. They'll make you sign like a contract saying that you're not going to use them. What's up, Sean? How you doing, man? Yeah, good to see you, bro. How you been, man? What's up, brother? But yeah, a little $40 day so far. We'll see what else we can get. Now, about now is when the time where I'm about to close it down, team. And so I'll probably close it down. I'll let you guys know if I get into anything else. Like I said, you guys want to use the same platform as us? I'll post this link. There's the link. Go check them out. You want to use the same scanners that we are. Best scanners in trading, in my opinion. I'll post this link here as well. Like I said, super customizable, dynamic scanners allow you to do a lot of different stuff in the overall market. And so I'll post this link. You check them out. Great way to help support the channel as well. Of course, we're biased in both of these because we make a commission if you sign up, and so of course, we're biased in their regard. But you want to help support the channel. It's a great way to do it. I used the $120 one, Stanley. Also, guys, go check out our website. We got a lot of great free content on our website here. If you check it out, we got broker reviews. We've got let me fix this so you can see it. There we go. We got a free trading course on our website. You can see we got all the different strategies, breakdowns, different lessons on support, resistance, time and sales, consistency, bull flags, VWAP fades, hesitation, 9 EMA pullback, bear flags, starting small accounts, market ready, moving average strategies, calculating risk reward, growing small accounts, trading processes, reviewing and learning from your trades, plus more, guys. Go check out our website. We also have strategy breakdowns here. You go to day trading strategies part of our site, and you can see we got long, short patterns. If we go to short patterns here, you can see we break down the VWAP fade, setting up the trades, all that cool stuff. We got broker reviews. We got a contact form if you want to get in touch with us. So go check out our site, guys. Go check out our website. I'll post this link here. And yeah, you can go check out our channel, team. Somebody's been saying it's not working on Chrome. So if it's not, I apologize. I'll try to work on getting that fixed. If you know it's not working, let me know. Here's the link. There's the link if you want to go check out our website. Later, team. Like I said, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We day trade live every weekday morning for free on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We go live every weekday morning for free on YouTube, showing you what it's actually like day trading the market. We are not experts or gurus here. We're just not. We're just traders teaching you what we've learned along the way. And if you appreciate that, great. But show some love, hit that subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We do this every day for free on YouTube. So have a good day, team. We'll see you all a little bit later. Good luck in the markets, guys. Appreciate the love. We got a lot of new subscribers today. If you want to follow along with how we do after the stream, I'll post this link one more time. And you can join our Discord channel as well. And yeah, guys. I just posted our website link above you. It's the beginnertrading.net website. There's the Discord link. But yeah, guys, have a good day. We'll see you all tomorrow. Same as always. Good luck. Later, team.